An Inconvenient Sequel is coming. This is the second movie in what I hope is a trilogy, and in the third one we win and save the planet. The first movie, of course, was An Inconvenient Truth. It featured Al Gore telling us about climate change, and it shook our world. I don't know about you, but when I watched it, I had no idea how bad it was. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad. And it spurred a lot of us into action. And what we want to do here with this movie is to get us to act again, especially now in times where our leadership is not taking action. So it's incumbent upon us to do it for the whole country and for the whole world. So we partnered up with Participant Media to tell you about the movie. And by the way, it's coming up July 28th in New York and LA. That's when it comes out, and August 4th nationwide. But also to tell you about what you can do to make a difference. So John, what's up today?
Yeah, we've been filling you in on 10 days of action and 10 organizations that you can get involved in to actually fight back against this massive threat. And today we want to tell you about the National Resource Defense Council. Now, this is a big and vigorous organization that fights for environmental justice, fights against pollution, against climate change. It has over 2 million members online, both regular citizens, online activists, and 500 scientists, lawyers, and policy advocates working to not just educate, but also change what's going on. I want to give you a case study because one of the issues that's been most important to me was the threat that Donald Trump coming in would reverse some of President Obama's regulations and protections against methane leaks, because methane is incredibly bad if you care about climate change. Well, the EPA under Donald Trump decided to roll back those methane protections up until recently, when a number of different organizations, including the NRDC, filed a court case against the EPA, and a judge ruled that it had to be held for now. So there's a stay on that rollback of those protections. So that is no small thing, and that is thanks in part to the NRDC. But there's another issue that they want you to get involved in, not just the methane, but also the disastrous consequences that could come from the US pulling out of the Paris Climate Accord. So Donald Trump decided to effectively unilaterally take us out of that, leaving behind almost 200 countries which were pledging to reduce their emissions significantly. Well, okay, he can do that, and he can say that the US isn't going to put a lot of money into abiding by those, but we are a complicated country where power is not just at the national level. And thankfully, there have been a number of governors and mayors who've decided that their states and their cities will continue to abide by those standards. But not every governor is abiding by that. And this is an opportunity for you to put pressure on those governors to let them know what is likely to happen to them in the next election if they don't push their state in the direction of abiding by those standards. So in the description below, we've got a section where you can communicate with your governor and tell them what needs to be done to protect our country, to protect our world and our environment.
So as we are the watchers on the wall in the media, the National Resource Defense Council is the watchers on the wall in the courts on this issue. And boy, did they do a great job on that methane case.
Exactly.
I want to be part of some sort of defense council. It sounds super cool.
And the Campaign Finance Defense Council coming soon.
And I got to tell my dad, I'm going to make sure he watches this video, because my dad's always saying like, why don't all the scientists and the lawyers get together and do something?
They are.
And it turns out they are. It's this. So and now you could join them as well. So look, like we've been saying, we want you to take action. You got to stand up. It's not gonna get done if you're sitting on your couch. So stand up with us and get out there and hit the streets. If in order to do that, you can join any one of these organizations. Check out the NRDC. Check out An Inconvenient Sequel's Facebook page, where we're gonna have 10 days of action, 10 groups here that you can get involved with. And the easiest action to take so that you're armed with all the knowledge you need is to go to see Inconvenient Sequel, July 28th, New York and LA, August 4th, nationwide. Let's all go do it together.